Today, we'll be going over anti-submarine warfare in World of Warships. We will cover the two depth charge types, explain how to track submarines with pings and oil slicks, and finally, how submarine surveillance and hydroacoustic search work against submarines. Let's start with depth charges. Depth charges are a consumable that most destroyers and light cruisers have, where they drop depth charges off the side or rear of their ship. A few exceptions are most of the European destroyers, like the Holland Tech Tree Line, and a few other premiums. Depth charges can damage submarines at any depth, including the surface. They have the biggest radius of damage out of the two types of ASW. Damage done to submarines does not have to hit them directly. Think of it like a cylinder that goes from the surface down to 60 meters around the submarine, where the closer you are to the center, the more damage you do. You can drop the depth charges around a submarine roughly around 1 kilometers away. This also works for all the shell types: armor piercing, high explosive, and semi-armor piercing rounds. The best rounds to use on a submarine that are on the surface or periscope are semi-armor piercing rounds, and the second best is high explosive rounds. This is due to the fact that all submarines have French saturation mechanics for their hulls, so they take less damage the more they take. A final note for depth charges is that the enemy can see the water splashes from your depth charges, so do not randomly drop depth charges because they can give your location away to the enemy if you're unspotted. The second type of ASW is aerial depth charges. Aerial depth charges are airstrikes that are designed to drop depth charges from planes onto the target placement. All battleships, aircraft carriers, and most cruisers have this type of ASW. The damage done by aerial depth charges are less than the depth charges dropped by ships. They also have a smaller radius of damage compared to regular depth charges, so they have to be closer to do damage to submarines. You could also use aerial depth charges to spot roughly where enemy ships are at that have their anti-air on by sending the airstrikes over an island or off in a direction and seeing if they get damaged. Or if you can see the anti-air fire on them, you know where an enemy ship is at. Do be careful though to not keep dropping ASW onto some battleships and cruisers due to them possibly having the commander skill that gives them faster consumable cooldowns when their anti-airs are active. Aircraft carriers get automatic ASW, where if a submarine is spotted, if they ping, or have an oil slick in the ASW striking range, they will send out aerial depth charges to kill the submarine. There are two mechanics to help track where submarines are and to hit them with ASW. There is the ping mechanic, where when a submarine pings in a certain direction when unspotted, the ping will be within a 1 kilometer radius from the submarine. If a submarine ping goes by you or hits you, you will hear a ping to help notify you that a submarine is actively trying to target you. The ping marker will be from a 0 through 1 kilometer distance around the submarine. It will go in the direction the submarine is going, or if they are not moving, the ping marker will not be moving. As the ping is disappearing, it will show the direction the submarine is going. You can use that information to drop where the submarine is going with your ASW. You can imagine the submarine's behind the ping, so drop it behind where the ping is disappearing toward. The amount of pings do not affect how close or how far the ping indicator is. It is all RNG based from 0 through 1 kilometers. The depth of the submarine does not change the ping marker's distance from the submarine. That distance is only changed to right next to the submarine when it is spotted. When it is unspotted, it will be within a 1 kilometer radius from the submarine in the direction it is pointing that ping. Try to drop behind the ping, imagining the sub is behind it, say 0.5 or 0.3 kilometers. Think of it like a shield where someone is holding it out in front of them, and you are aiming at the person behind the shield. The more the submarine pings, the easier it'll be for you to be able to track it so you can kill it. One final note on the submarine indicator. The angles of the ping indicator are bugged, where it shows the submarine is turning sharper than it should be when it's bow in or facing away from you. So you want to assume that when it's pushing into or away from you, and you see that it's slightly angled like left or right, you just want to assume it's going straight at you or away from you. Also, make sure to check the comments if the ping indicator direction is still flawed or not. I'll update the comment section on that over time if they do fix it or not fix it to make sure this video stays up to date. The second mechanic is the oil slick. When a submarine is damaged while underwater, it causes an oil slick to pop up directly above the submarine. This shows the exact location where a submarine is every few seconds. The only way the submarine can stop the oil slick is to damage control party or to surface. The final topic for this how it works is about submarine surveillance and hydroacoustic search. Submarine surveillance is a tool most submarines in some ships like the ZAL Japanese cruiser tech tree line get access to. This allows them to spot submarines at any depth except the surface. Hydroacoustic search will spot a submarine from max range on the surface to periscope depth. Once the submarine starts diving to 30 through 60 meters, the Hydra will only spot the submarine within 2 kilometers. If you have any more questions on how anti-submarine warfare works in World of Warships, make sure to leave them in the comments. As well as, if you have any how it works suggestions, make sure to leave those in the comments as well. And make sure to subscribe for more.